What's up, people? Back again with another video. Scheme it up. Just want to show you guys a few of my drives. Not a full gameplay. We back in the lab again. This is not the most profound play, but just something to mix in, man, to really just keep people off balance and just get those easy yarders, man. We're all about getting easy yards, plays, easy, no think plays. We don't have to make 100 reads. Reading one guy, getting the ball out quickly, staying on schedule, man. The key to this offense is just staying on schedule, man. You don't want to get to 3rd and 13, 3rd and long. You know, you're getting the ball out so quick, they don't have time to sack you. You know, the run plays are pretty safe. You shouldn't be getting any lost yardage. And then when you're hitting them with so many quick RPOs, it's like impossible to run commits because you can just throw a quick pass. So as you see, man, with this drive, we're just matriculating the ball down the field. It's not fancy. It's not the one-play touchdown. But we're getting the ball down for now. That I made a bad read there, right? I should have hit the tight end. He was wide open. But you live and you learn. You still got another down. We're still on schedule. 2nd and 10 is not too bad, right? When you can mix in all these plays. And eventually you're going to break one, right? Somebody's going to miss a tackle or you're just going to flat out get past somebody, right? So you're just out scheming people. We're just trying to outthink, man. We're playing chess, not checkers. That's what it's all about, man. Outthinking, again, I'm not the most skilled player, man. I'm just trying to run quick, easy plays, outthink my opponent, right? Like, and just hitting them with some nice, easy yards, man. Just look at that. Look how wide open that is, right? Because they're worried about the RPO. They're worried about the quick passes, so the run game just kind of opens wide up, man. Like, and again, made the wrong read there, but he's, of course, fast enough to make it out there. Because when you're reading the defensive tackle on that play, which if you look on one of my last videos, usually there's not a lot of D tackles that are going to be able to run down your quarterback, right? So it's a great play. Now, one of the few passes I'll throw, right? If I know you're in cover 2, of course we got a couple cover 2 beaters, right? Not sure why that defensive play is in there, but we'll keep it moving. And that just also showing that, hey, I still got a lot of work to do on another cover 2 beater. And a lot of work to do on defense. I see that he's just staying in cover 2. So if I know he's in cover 2, guys, you can always hit this receiver outside the numbers, or you can hit something down the seams. And that's what I do. I hit him down like that. Safety, if it's on the wide side of the field, is just not going to be able to get over there fast enough. So I'm like, I'm going to get this guy out of this cover 2 so we can get back to what we do. So even then, he's still in cover 2, so we're still able to run a lot of our RPOs. And a lot of plays still work, right? But I mean, you can get large chunk plays when they're in cover 2, when you got some cover 2 beaters, right? So this is just how some of my drives go, man. He's there, he just doesn't know where to go, right? Because you still got the play action to account for. It could be a running play. So, man, it's just a lot to think about when you're trying to stop this play. Like, it's just, and of course, I go for 2 every time. So there you have it. Again, just more RPO action, man. Telling you guys, man, getting this spread playbook. This is just me testing out some RPOs. I don't even run this play. I don't even know why I ran it there, but it still worked. I think I was noticing that his user was trying to aggressively play the run, so I'm like, I know I can get this behind him. I don't recommend running that play very often, though, because they can still even creep down. I've been lurked on that play before, so just a little warning. Don't run that one. But yeah, man, just showing a few of how some of my drives go. You know, a lot of times. Oh, I wanted to show that because, man, also be aware of the star people. Like that play is not going to be made by like 90% of corners in this game. But if they got that star right there, you probably don't want to throw at them. That's how I lost that game too, by the way. I don't just show all my dubs. I'll take L's too. And a lot of times the L's are just me making not so good choices, like making bad choices in play calling. And, you know, you have games where you're just off, right? Like the plays work, and they're pretty much unstoppable if you can make the correct reads and call the right plays at the right time. So, again, man, just showing some more gameplay on how a lot of these plays work. I rarely will drop back and just throw a normal pass, right? We're gonna run it. We're gonna hit you with the RPOs. That's the play we're gonna go through today. That trap play is deadly. I've got a lot of nice runs off that, so that's gonna be our kind of what we go through in the lab today, kind of showcase how that play works, and the play that I mix in with it to kind of really give people fits, man. Fits. Now, if we're showing a defensive highlight of mine, it's probably because I made a nice play. You know, I usually don't get too many lurk interceptions, but I'm getting a lot more lately, man. I'm starting to understand, and the more you play, the more you're going to start seeing some of these route combinations, so I'm starting to pick off a few passes and just getting some experience, man. You got to play more games. You can't just sit in the lab all day, but as I say that, we have a lab video, but that's okay. But yeah, man, these plays are They're difficult to stop, man. Especially when you play with good teams. I've been playing with a lot of just regular teams, but man, the Eagles have some nice weapons. There's so much speed that you also have to respect that too. And like, look, those usually don't. I used to get. All right, fellas, scheme it up. Back at it again. We're in the lab with another play. This is actually a couple of plays, just a concept. I wouldn't call this a scheme, but just a kind of a concept I run. So I showed you guys spread flex, right? So a very similar formation is doubles, Y flex, offset. So I run this play and actually run the same play that I run in spread flex, but it's just run a different way, right? Just kind of really throw them off so they really don't know what is coming. So let's get into the play. The play that I like is RPO read double screen. So again, if you guys remember from one of my last videos, I ran the same exact play. This one is just called RPO read screen in gun spread flex, but this one we just run it a little bit differently, right? So they really don't know. And I run it in combination with this 0-1 trap, and man, it is deadly. It is so deadly. All right, so let's come out with the RPO read double screen. I usually like to start with this because a lot of times people are already playing super aggressive against the run. So we'll come out in man because that is the new meta. Everybody's running man coverage. They love some man coverage. All right, which I do too, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so what I would do to start this play, right? Like, so this play on its own is not a bad play, right? So usually you got this bubble screen, you got the screen. Of course, if he's pressing, you cannot throw the screen to Deshaun Jackson, so you might as well don't even look at that. And you've got the bubble, right? The bubble can be risky if they're pressed. See how that corner can block shed and just kind of destroy that play, right? So that's usually, I'm not looking usually at any of those options, right? I'm looking at this option. So I'll move Zach Ertz or whatever tight end you have. I'll move him out, so now he becomes a receiver, right? He's not just a blocker, right? And that guy, the read man, has the P over his head. So I know that he's either going to play that screen or he's going to play the run. He's not going to play Zach Ertz. So I've got Zach Ertz wide open, and he's actually slow on this game. But he gets some nice yards, right? That's easy yards. You can't get any easier than that, right? Everybody's usually running man. And usually the only way they're going to stop this, and sometimes that still doesn't even work. When they pass commit, maybe they'll stop it. And if you see him drift back, then you might want to just take that sack. I'll just take the sack. Because one thing that happens is you can't hand it off anymore. Once you move out Zach Ertz, his icon becomes X. You cannot hand this ball off anymore. So the only option is to take a sack. I know that's a sucky option, but it's better than throwing a pick six. So if you see him drift back, you probably want to hold on to this and just try to run with Carson Wentz and get what you can. But it's usually never going to happen again. It just depends on the timing of running. If you're running this on third and long, it's probably not a good idea. This is all short yardage or even just normal 2nd and 10. I'll run this play and like they're usually expecting a run. Shift him out. Bam. Easy yard. Again, there's just different ways to run the same kind of concept that I like to run. I like to run easy concepts. So what that does is after a while that user says, man, I've got to go cover that guy. I can't leave him right there, right? Also run it against let's run it against some zone coverages, just so you know it's not just a man beater. It works against zone as well. As long as that guy is the read man, then you're good. You should be good. And I like this one because it's not as crowded in the middle. It's so spread out that it's tough for this throw to get batted down because you got so much space. So this is against cover 2. Same result, right? Cover 2, it doesn't matter. This guy is just not going to be able to make that play, and we've got easy yards. So after a while, they see you running these concepts. They're going to try to shut that down, of course, and they know they're going to have to go over there to shut that down themselves. And that's where this trap comes in. Oh man, this trap is, I'm not a great runner, right? But I have gotten, I'm having 100-yard games now because I run this play. And it's usually so wide open that it's like, it's not even funny. Now he's got run stuff, so he's able to quickly block shed. See that star on him? Usually it's a lot more wide open than that. But if I run this correctly, if I'm a little more patient, I probably can get good yards, right? Like, there we go. So usually I made a gash, and usually a user will make a bad angle, and I'm able to really take off and run with that. So I'll mix it in with this play. If I see that they're going out trying to stop Zach Ertz, or even if they're not, like this play is just a good play to run, period.
So, and I like running out of spread because it makes your running lanes a lot more easier. It takes these guys out of the box, and you've just got easy run lanes. So yeah, man, this is a great play. Even I've had people when they've crowded the box, that trap still works because it's such a quick hitter, and they get to the second level so fast that usually you get a lot of big plays out of it. So we'll also show this. We'll go back to the RPO. We'll run that again. So let's say cover 3. You know what I like to do? I like to test my plays against multiple coverage. You don't want something that's just only going to beat one coverage, right? You want to make sure that, hey, so as long as this guy has a P over his head, I'm good. And depending on his responsibility, he'll either go check out, he'll go take out that screen really quick, or sometimes I'll leave the screen, right? If I see that, hey, that cornerback's playing really far back, and we'll throw that out there right now. If you got a flat defender, that's usually not easy to get to. But also, I mean, if you want to run it stock, it's a really good play. If you run it stock, also I don't think it's as effective as running the trap, but it still works, right? You still get some nice yardage on the read. That defensive end is out of the run fit because he's looking at the pass. So I mean, he's looking at the quarterback. So usually you can kind of run this play all day too. Remember, if you move Zach Ertz out, you no longer can hand this off. You've got to throw the ball. Another way that I'll mix in is I'll kind of move this guy in motion, kind of like the red zone play that I showed you guys. I'll move this guy out, and I'll kind of throw that out. Now, if they don't cover the flat, then hey. And it's also a good run if they're in zone because then you got an extra block in Jeffrey right here. So you can get, if he actually blocks somebody, you can get a nice little gain like that, right? So just a couple different ways you could do this to kind of throw him off guard. But yeah, so you got so many people that are just not in the play when you run this play. You've got the let's look at it in the replay. So you've got this read defender. He's not in the run fit because he's watching the quarterback. This guy, he's got responsibilities for the pass, so he can't really get into the run fit. So you've got 4 people that are just not in the run fit at all. So you've got all these blockers that can handle. Usually you've got a win right here, right? Like you should be able to get a lot more yards than I got. But again, I'm not a great run. That's even with the double team right here. So just a great play to kind of really mix in, just to go with all the other plays that I've kind of showed you guys, to just really start building an offense with the spread offense. That's the goal, right? I'm trying to build this in not just a scheme, but an actual offense to where, hey, they really don't know what's coming. I really don't have to repeat plays. Like, it's just tough to stop. You get to that point. Once I get to that point, I think definitely be unstoppable unless the guy you're playing against has the ball last, right? Like I want to get to the point where, hey, we score every possession. And the only way we lose the game is if we don't have the ball last and he's able to score too, right? Like we're not able to shut him down. That is the goal. We're going to get there, guys. Trust me. Just keep following along as I keep adding to the scheme. It keeps evolving. We just keep adding more and more to it. These easy, quick plays to go with the Y normal and to go with the other RPO plays that I showed you guys really make it become a difficult offense to stop, right? I'm really getting by just running a lot of these plays. I rarely have to drop back and just throw a normal pass in my games. Like if I have to do that, it's usually because I got a penalty or something. I try to keep my offense on schedule. That's the point. Like the run game, mix in some RPOs, run game, RPO, and that's it. And able to put up a lot of points. I think I'm averaging, I mean, it's not a crazy amount, right? I'm averaging like 26, 27 points a game. And we're rolling. And that's with a lot of times, guys will quit on you. So that kind of factors into your average. But yeah, man. Also, just like I did, I can move him out and move him back. He still stays in. I prefer him being wider so that middle linebacker can't really get into the actual play. But that's something you can do as well. You can move him in, move him back out. And it happens so quickly is what I like. You can really do it quickly. And it just slows down this guy if you really want to throw it out. But I usually never throw that out to Deshaun Jackson at all. So again, great play, guys. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe if you like what you're seeing. If you don't like, hit the dislike, man. If I got some haters out there. I don't mind having a few haters. Hit that dislike button. It all helps the channel. Appreciate you. Catch y'all next time.